안녕하세요. If you've searched for Learn Korean for free or best way to study Korean, you've probably started with free Korean lessons, maybe on YouTube or a blog, and thought it was going so well, only to realize later that it is not enough. You weren't wrong to begin there. It gives you a taste of Korean. But the truth is, free lessons can only take you so far if you want to learn Korean online and actually make progress. Today, we are talking about why free lessons often leave you stuck and what you truly need to level up your Korean journey. Spoiler alert! There's a difference between listening to lessons and actually speaking with confidence. Why most learners plateau after free lessons. Here's something many learners don't realize. Most people plateau in a new language after just a few months of self-study. Why? Because free lessons are usually designed to introduce concepts, not to guide you step by step. Studies on second language learning show that real improvement happens when you actively use the language, like speaking and writing with correction. But free content is mostly passive. You can watch hundreds of videos labeled Korean lessons for beginners and still freeze in a real conversation. That's why so many learners feel like they are stuck in beginner mode. It is not a lack of dedication, it's that your learning environment isn't giving you feedback, structure, or accountability. Once you add those three pieces, everything changes. Why free doesn't mean effective. Let's be honest, free lessons are great for getting started, but there are three big reasons why they fall short long term. Lack of structure and sequencing. Most free content isn't designed to take you from zero to fluent in a systematic way. No personalized feedback. Without real Korean speaking practice to correct your pronunciation or grammar, small mistakes become big habits. Limited motivation and support. It's easy to drop free lessons when there's no one holding you accountable or celebrating progress. So if you're not advancing or you feel stuck, don't blame yourself. The tools around you matter more than you might realize. If this sounds familiar so far, hit like and subscribe. I share practical tips on how to learn Korean effectively so you can actually speak, not just memorize words. Introducing the solution, 90-day Korean memberships. This is where 90-day Korean standard and VIP memberships come in, real game changers for anyone trying to learn Korean online. Here's how they move you past that free lesson plateau. Standard membership gives you access to structured learning through 4 90-day inner circle lessons. Think bite-sized lessons, interactive exercises, audio, quizzes, and community support. VIP membership includes everything in standard, plus personalized coaching, homework grading, and one section of pronunciation feedback per week. This isn't just learning, this is learning with guidance and accountability. What makes a Korean coach different from a teacher or tutor? You might be wondering, why do I need a coach if there are already teachers and tutors? Here's the difference. A teacher explains Korean concepts and teaches lessons. A tutor can practice with you, but they don't always guide your full journey. A coach is invested in your growth. They track your progress, fix your pronunciation, and hold you accountable. This coaching model is why so many learners finally break through plateaus. It is not about learning more stuff, it's about learning smarter, with someone who knows what to fix first. How feedback fixes real sentences. Let's look at two quick examples of how feedback changes everything. You might say, 커피 마시고 싶어. This is casual and fine with close friends, but if you're talking to your teacher, you'd want 커피 마시고 싶어요. That one word upgrade makes you sound instantly more polite. Another example, 시간 있어? Is fine with friends, but in a work setting, say 시간 있으세요? Or 시간 괜찮으세요? A coach helps you spot these details, teaches you that 싶어요 sounds like 싶어요, and gives real-life alternatives. It's these tiny shifts that make your Korean sound natural, not textbook-y. Ask questions plus relatability. Have you ever followed a free lesson series and then felt lost? Maybe you heard a word but didn't know how to say it naturally. Or maybe you tried speaking but it didn't feel right. You're not alone. A lot of learners feel stuck in that in-between space where learning slows and confidence dips. Here's a question for you in the comments. What's one Korean phrase you understand in songs or shows, but have never felt comfortable saying out loud? Sharing it helps you become more aware, and that's already a step forward. Simple ways to make free lessons more effective. Even if you're not ready to commit yet, you can still make free lessons work. Here are 4 things you can do right now. Set small goals. Limit each session to one phrase or grammar point and use it in a sentence afterward. Record and compare. Read a passage once, then again a week later. Listen back and notice if you sound more confident or natural. Shadow native speech. Pick a short audio clip or a line from a Korean show. Repeat it right after the speaker, matching pronunciation and rhythm. Track progress visually. Use a habit tracker or calendar to mark the days you study. Over time, you will start to feel real momentum. These small habits turn passive learning into active practice. And when you're ready for the next level, structured coaching can make all the difference. Common pitfalls of studying alone and how to avoid them. Studying Korean on your own is brave, but it is also one of the toughest ways to make steady progress. Here are 3 common traps solo learners fall into. You don't catch your mistakes. Without feedback, it's easy to keep repeating mispronunciations or grammar errors for months without realizing it. You rely too much on input. Watching K-dramas or memorizing vocab feels productive, but speaking won't get easier unless you practice actively. You lose motivation. Without structure, many learners hit the plateau at the intermediate stage and start to feel stuck. If this sounds familiar, the problem isn't you, it's your study plan. With the right system, you can keep moving forward. How 90-day Korean membership work? Here's how to move forward when you're ready. Step 1. Choose your membership. Standard, structured lessons, community support, engaging content. VIP includes everything above plus one-on-one coach support and 1 session of pronunciation feedback per week. Step 2. Dive into the lessons. Lessons are organized into chunks from beginners to intermediate, complete with audio, quizzes, and cultural context. Step 3. For VIP only. Get coaching and pronunciation feedback. VIP members are assigned a Korean coach for homework grading, plus pronunciation feedback. Step 4. Stay motivated with the community. Both memberships offer access to structured lessons and community forums to keep your learning and connected. What you actually do each week, standard versus VIP. Let's make it crystal clear what learning looks like. Standard week, bite-sized lessons, quizzes, 80-20 vocabulary lessons. VIP week, everything is standard plus a pronunciation recording for coach review, detailed notes. Cost of free only, the hidden trade-offs. Free lessons aren't truly free. They cost you time and momentum. Time cost, you can spend months guessing your next step. Quality cost, pronunciation or grammar mistakes can become habits that are harder to fix later. Motivation cost, you risk hitting plateaus, losing consistency, and restarting again and again. Even a small investment in structure and feedback can break that cycle and save you months of frustration. Ready to go beyond free lessons? Check out the link in the description to explore standard and VIP plans. Even a slight upgrade, especially with coaching, can change your Korean learning experience completely. Common mistakes learners make with only free lessons. Many learners fall into the trap of collecting free resources without following a structured path. For example, they memorize random words from YouTube or TikTok, but still don't know how to form sentences. Another mistake is avoiding speaking. Without feedback, confidence never grows and progress slows down. Lightning FAQs. Here are some quick answers to questions I get a lot. Can I start VIP as a beginner? Yes. Beginners often make the fastest progress with a coach. How long until I can hold a conversation? With consistent practice, 3 months is usually enough for basic conversations. Do I need Hangul first? Not necessarily. We teach you step by step. What if I'm shy about speaking? Your coach gives feedback privately so you can build confidence first. How to build a sustainable study routine. Here are a few practical tips you can start using today, even without spending anything. Set small, consistent goals. 10 minutes of Korean practice every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Balance input and output. Watch K-dramas with subtitles for listening practice, and then write 1 Korean sentence a day to use what you've learned. Celebrate small wins. Even recognizing 1 or 2 words in a drama is real progress. How to build confidence speaking Korean, even if you're scared. One of the hardest parts of learning Korean isn't memorizing grammar. It is the fear of speaking. Here's how to overcome that. Start with predictable phrases. Even if you only know a few sentences, use them in real life, like greeting a barista or ordering food. Record yourself. Hearing your own voice helps you spot progress and areas to improve. Embrace mistakes. Korean people love it when learners try, even if it's not perfect. Every mistake is proof you're practicing. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from speaking anyway, and then improving with feedback. Free lessons are a great start, but they won't carry you all the way. What really moves the needle is structure, feedback, and speaking practice. You have what it takes to speak confidently. The right tools and support will make it happen faster and with less frustration. Tell us in the comments, what's one thing you finally said in Korean that you couldn't say before? I'd love to celebrate with you. Keep going and see you next time.